So here we go with your first band. And these guys need no introduction. Probably one of the biggest bands in the world. And that's Queen. So we're off to a quite easy start on this list. But do you know with these guys, that's Journey. There might be one or two on this list that you'll not recognise, but I'm sure you're in for a lot of points on this one. And that's The Police. We followed that with Soft Cell. There's a lot of great bands on this list for you. And if you're a fan of 80s, you'll have no problems whatsoever. That one's Genesis. And your next one is The Cars. Another band that I think nobody's going to have problems with, and that's Duran Duran. And your next one is Hall and Oates. These guys made some great songs. And that's Tears for Fears. And they're Foreigner. You might not have got that one, but hopefully you did. Let's move on to his next one. And that's R.E.M. I think this band have got the most members of any I've ever seen. And that's UB40. And then The Cure. I think everybody is going to get these. That's Dire Straits. And no mistaking this lady either. So obviously a few easy points for you all. That's Blondie. But what about these guys? Any ideas? That's Boston. Followed by Huey Lewis and The News. Maybe these guys aren't going to be so easy to recognise. That's Chicago. There's definitely no mistaking these ladies. Probably the biggest girl band back in 80s. That's Bananarama. A very famous and very talented band. That's the Electric Light Orchestra. And that's Joan Jett and the Black Arts. Famous for the song called Manic Monday. That's the Bangles. Do you know these guys? That's Depeche Mode. I don't think you're going to miss out on many of these. They were so popular during the 80s. That's Talking Heads. And these weren't just in the 80s. They've been famous through many decades. And that's ABBA. And not to be mistaken with Joan Jett and the Black Arts. That's the Pretenders. That's followed with Simple Minds. Another one that I think everybody is going to get quite easily. That's Spando Ballet. And I'd say pretty much the same with this one. That's an unmistakable Boy George from Culture Club. But do you know these? This might trick you. That's Men at Work. And this band was fun. And that's the B-52s. And there's no mistake in this band with Andrew Ridgeley and the late George Michael. That's Wham. Definitely one of the biggest during that era. And that's the Pet Shop Boys. And that's followed by the Thompson Twins. I didn't see any twins in that picture. This one's really easy. That's Meatloaf. And of course, you'll have known that that is the Human League. And another lady that was sadly lost. That's Roxette. And that one's the Smiths.